Yo guys, what's going on? Ace is here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be checking out the patch notes for patch 1.3.8 for the Cycle Frontier. These came out a few days ago, but I did want to make a video on them and give you my thoughts on some of the stuff that we got changed and updated. Guys, do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like on the video, and of course, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, trying to hit 1,000 subs here, and would love for you to be a part of that journey. There is a section we will be skipping in the video here today because it's going to get its own video, and that will be the bucket section. You'll see it on screen at some point. You can read it if you don't want to wait for the video I'm going to release on it, but that video should be out later today, so it'll be a 2-upload day today. Let's hop in. So, we are pretty much going to do the normal. We're going to skim and, talk about the stuff that's really important. The main changes here, we're going to go over all of them except for the buckets. And then as for, like, bug fixes and the miscellaneous stuff, we will kind of skim it and go from there. Keep in mind, the only thing I've read is the bucket changes. I have not read anything else, so you get my first impressions on everything except for the bucket stuff, which we're going to be saving for another video. So, we have reduced some of the PvP mission requirements. Sounds good to me. Anything that's you got to do less is good. Kills required in the adjusted missions now require 1 or 2 fewer victims. Similar change to PvE. We have changed some of the numbers. Epic Shield reduced Smart Mesh and Hardened Bone Plates requirement from 3 to 2. Laser Drill Beacon reduced the Smart Mesh requirement from 4 to 2. After further analyzing our data on PvP encounters, the maximum players on the... Oh, okay. So after further analyzing our data on PvP encounters, the maximum number of players active on an instance has been reduced by 1 for both maps. I don't think it's enough. I mean, it might be okay, really. Depends on how many players they're actually allowing on the map at one time. I don't know if we have the information or not. But I would go ahead and say maybe lower this by a whole 3, especially if it's a trio lobby. If it's a solo lobby, then I still think 3 is a good number, because if you have a fuck ton of, solo players just running all over the place, it can be third, fourth, fifth party. So, 1, depending on how many players are actually on the map, might be good, but for me, I feel like it's not enough. This is the bucket information, which we'll be skipping. We have players in the tutorial will now wear blue armor instead of green armor. A dev recruit isn't a great recruit after all. We have weapon adjustments. Bulldog increased spread by 30%, so a pretty significant nerf there. If they're going to do this, I feel like they gotta increase the reload speed then. That's just my opinion, though. The Advocate reworked the recoil pattern. Horizontal recoil does not go back and forth like a feral animal anymore. We have the Core. Reduced initial vertical recoil. It's more consistent. The Flechette gun has reduced horizontal recoil. Vertical recoil is slightly increased for the second half of the magazine. And then we have the Brute. Reduced horizontal recoil. Vertical recoil is slightly increased for the second half of the mag. So we have some words from our creative director, which talking about balancing. They like where the guns are. If you have high tier gear, you're going to win a fight, but not by so much that a player with gray gear has 0 chance even when outsmarting their opponent. Okay, so did they just... Hold on a minute. So if you have higher tier gear, you're more likely to win a fight. Okay, it makes sense. All right, so purple versus gray. But not by so much that a player with gray armor has 0 chance even when outsmarting their opponent. So is it saying that somebody with purple gear fighting gray gear, purple gear is outsmarting gray gear and gray gear will still have a chance? Or is it saying gray gear outsmarts purple gear and they still lose? I don't know. I don't love the wording here. I don't know what the fuck they were trying to say. I also didn't read this entire line of text, so maybe I missed something. Tuning weapons, recoil, late game guns, yada, yada, yada. Late game players do take their top tier gear into raid, but not always. We do not want it to be a no-brainer either. Okay? Basically, stop having gear fear. Into the bug fixes. I don't, if I'm reading patch notes, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see all this, guys. If we're doing patch notes, put this at the bottom. This isn't fixes. This is just tips and tricks. It's not in the patch notes, guys. Come on. Bug fixes. We have fixed an exploit in the final area of Crusher Caverns. Fixed some of the specific cases where audio was not resetting, exiting cave. Fixed issue with the Crusher projectile. Fixed an issue with pathing of Striders. Ooh, okay. That's cool. Fix an issue that would appear when skipping tech tree upgrades. Fix an issue where sound just disappeared. Man, that would actually really suck. I think that did happen to me like once. Improved server performance. That's always good. A couple more fixes were applied previously, just in case you missed them. People who owned the Ronin in the previous version now have access, and then people who owned Troublemaker in the previous version now have access. So nothing about cheats yet. Misk, after reviewing our data, we have reduced some detection thresholds on our internal... Okay, we just got stuff about cheats. What the fuck does this mean? After reviewing our data, we have reduced some detection thresholds for our internal anti-cheat measures. I don't... Did they ease up the anti-cheat? I do know that some players have been getting falsely banned because of some sort of reason, because they had it turned up too high, but oh, that's weird. Biker Queen images show black hair. Okay, quarter upgrade might take longer than expected. Oh, these are known issues. Okay, so upgrades taking too long. Player support tools. Epic Game purchase is not working. Too many items can lead to a crash. Okay, so dev update cheating. I'm going to make a video on this. I don't know what it is, so we're going to do a first impressions. We're currently working on a lot of improvements on the anti-cheat front, as outlined in the video below. We recommend giving it a quick watch if you haven't. The compensation feature is on a good track, and we are looking into some additional methods to provide an experience as tedious as possible for cheaters and RMT folks alike. I'm going to make a whole video on this. It will be after the bucket video, so it will be in the day after this. So you're watching this bucket video coming out tonight, and then we will have a video about cheating. So yeah, make sure you guys are looking out for that, and that's where we're gonna leave this one off. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, sponsor, and equipment description below. It's gonna be it for me. Thank you for stopping by. I'm out.